This is wonderful.
Two sides, one side?
And rice,
Anywhere.
chicken and rice,
Anywhere.
and some
Any
lettuce.
place you can
And then we have some bread, maybe some
Napkin?
Yeah, I knew you were making.
Brothers still on internal patrol to perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the pursuit of their duties while serving their country, that their dedication, deed, and supreme sacrifice may be a constant source of motivation towards greater accomplishment, and to pledge loyalty and patriotism to the United States of America and its Constitution.
A moment of silence. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Beautiful day today. We thank everybody for coming out. A little bit of a confusion with all this. This is our November meeting. Thanks for coming to the November meeting. And we'll talk later on about a proposal by the Post to change things and maybe preclude us from having all these changes in our meeting timeframes. Guests, I'd like to welcome some guests today. First of all, Ms. Anita Krause is back with us again today. Always happy to see you, Anita. Always welcome. Her dad was a cop on the Albacore when he went down off the coast of Japan in World War II. So she's here representing her father. Ken Nichols, who is USSVI Southeast Regional Director, our big boss. Glad to have you here with us, Ken. And Don Young, who I'll talk more about both of these gentlemen later on, who is here for a presentation, and his wife Diane is with him. Wonderful to have you both. Thank you so much. Okay. I don't think I missed anybody, did I? If I did, shout out. Okay. I'd like to recognize the past commanders that are here today. Tang Base past commanders and others. Dave Ferrugia, Dave Harris, Ken McNabb, Tom Donan, Michael Cowler, who is past commander of LA Pasadena Base and a member of Tang Base, Bob Brady, who is past commander of Boise Base and now a Tang Base. Bob Backman, who is a Tang Base member, secondary, and he is commander of Long Island, New York.
Say what?
Did it again, didn't I? John, I'm sorry. Immediate past commander John Raines until the end of the year. All right, I apologize for that. I seem to be doing that. Medical list, sick list. Our membership chairman, Rich Geyer's wife, Julia, is in the hospital. She went in this past Sunday. She has a significant problem, infection in her leg. Want to extend all of our prayers and thoughts to her and to Rich. Hope that all this gets done and take care of, and we can get her home safe and well. Chaplain, if you would add that to the card list, please. Is there anyone else that needs to be that we're not aware of that should be on the medical list, sick list? Okay.
I'm on a crazy list.
Crazy list. Okay. All right. All rise. Chief the boat. Conduct tolling of the boats.
Yeah, November.
Yes, sorry. Uncover.
There is a point of no return where ships may ride at anchor for a little space, and then, some starless night, the cable slips, leaving only an eddy at the mooring place. Gulls veer no longer. Sailor, rest your oar. No tangled wreckage will be washed ashore. Lord, our departed shipmates with dolphins on their chests are part of an outfit known as the best. You'll find that without a doubt they were the best in all the land. Let them know that we who survive will always keep their memories alive.
USS Corvina, SS 226, 11/16/1943. USS Sculpin, SS 191, November 19th, 1943. USS Albacore, SS 218, 11/07/1944. USS Growler, SS 215, November 8th, 1944. USS Scamp, SS 277, November 16th, 1944.
Ring the bell one more time for those on eternal patrol.
Traverse the depths protectively. O hear us when we pray and keep them safe from peril in the deep. Bless those who serve beneath the deep, through lonely hours their vigil keep. May peace their mission ever be. Protect each one, we ask of thee. Bless those at home who wait and pray for their return by night and day.
As I mentioned earlier, we have guests today. I'm going to introduce one of them right now. Ken Nichols, as I said, is Regional Director, USSVI Southeast Region. After enlisting in 1963, completing boot camp, torpedoman A school, and sub-school, he served on 3 diesel submarines, qualifying on the USS Sea SS 405 in 1966. He also served on 2 fast attack nuke boats and 2 SSBNs. After 20 years of service in the Navy, Ken's post-naval service included employment with McDonnell Douglas, Tomahawk Cruise Missile Facility, Titusville, Florida, and North American Crane Bureau as a senior safety consultant. Ken joined USSVI in 2012 and has served as Vice Commander and Commander of the Nautilus Base, USSVI's Southeast District 4 Commander, and currently USSVI Southeast Regional Director. Ken has a presentation to do. Ken?
I think I'll get it.
Okay.
Thank you. Again, Bob, thanks for inviting me. It's not often I get around to the different bases because of the things I get to do. I was just up in North Carolina 2 weeks ago swearing in the District 1 District Commander, so I got the opportunity to go up there. The beauty of it is, and I'm sure you guys know this but don't think about it much, being submarine sailors, we're family. So you get to go to different places and you run against cross shipmates, which really makes it nice. And again, when I come into this facility, Tang base, this is my second time to come visit here. Again, I feel like I'm among family. So I really appreciate you guys, and in my position as a regional director, I really enjoy the opportunity to support you at the different conventions and things like that. So if you ever have the opportunity or need to talk to someone, call me. My phone number's in the American Submariner magazine. Don't be embarrassed. I'm usually home. If not, they'll know where I'm at. So I'm here to make a presentation today to David Perugia, and it's the Robert Link Award. So David, please come up. David came out, replaced the past district commander, and came aboard and hit the ground running, and he's done a great job, and I really appreciate everything he's done. When the awards time come around, I look forward to seeing the different awards that are given to the different members, and please think of those members that go above and beyond and recognize them. David has done a great job as my district commander for District 5, and I wish all of them was as good as David is, because some are a little bit lacking. Robert Link was the first national commander of the United States Submarine Veterans. This 2023 Robert Link Award is presented in his name, David Perugia, Tang Base, for superior performance and the contributions to the United States Submarine Veterans. Your significant voluntary work has made a major impact on the success of our organization. So David, thank you.
Thank you, Ken. I'm honored, and I was surprised when Bob called me and said, you got a leadership award, and I said, what are you talking about? Because I hadn't gotten the magazine yet, and he says, well, it's in the magazine, so sure it was. Thanks so much, and it's been a real pleasure working with Ken. You got to work with a guy. This is the guy you want to work with. He makes my life a lot easier, especially going up the chain of command. Thanks. Thanks again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. Just remember, if you decide to call Ken about something, make sure you don't put me on the report. Our next presenter is Don Young. Don qualified on the USS Albuquerque, SSN 706, 1989. He's been a member of USS VI for 18 years, is a plank owner of Williamsport, Pennsylvania base. He's been their base commander since 2015. You're not tired? At Williamsport base, he's the Caps for Kids coordinator. He and his English bulldog Maisie were certified therapy dog handling team and made weekly visits to local children's hospitals and nursing homes for 8 years. One of the Caps for Kids visits was featured in the U.S. Navy's National Recruiter magazine. Good publicity. Don also served on the Lycoming County Veterans Memorial Park Commission in Williamsport. The Memorial Park maintains a World War II submarine memorial and has a memorial for every U.S. conflict. Their memorials include such things as A-6 Intruder, an M60 main battle tank, and they recently added a Gold Star family memorial. Most recently, Don took on the role of USSV CF Charitable Foundation Base Ambassador Program Coordinator. That's for all of USSVI, all 165, I guess, 3 bases. That's phenomenal. Don is here today to make several presentations. Don.
Can everybody hear me all right? Like Bob had said, I'm the Charitable Foundation's Base Ambassador Coordinator. It's a program that kicked off back during the convention, and it was designed because a lot of information wasn't getting out to the bases, what's available, especially the Brotherhood Fund, Scholarship Fund, are 2 of the large ones for that benefit members of the base. And we all know, guys, that they may be experiencing some health issues, some financial troubles as a result, but they're too proud to ask for help because, as bubbleheads, we're independent, because we were used to operating independently and didn't want assistance. So we're hoping that, like, the base ambassadors can, identify those guys, maybe have a one-on-one with them and get them to accept some help. One of the things the Charitable Foundation did with the Brotherhood Fund was the hurricane last year. They raised some funds for families got wiped out from that. that were members of some of the bases down around, what was it, Fort Myers area there, Ken? So it's a huge thing, and we're trying to get that information out, and that base ambassador program is really important to get that out, so that you know what your donations are going for one, plus to find those people that really need that help and can use it. So our base ambassadors, the first one that we got qualified was Bob Bachman, who's a secondary member here and base commander up at Long Island. And our second one that was qualified is George Palmer, who's also now runs a Brotherhood Fund. He's fund manager for that, for our charitable foundation. So Ken Earl's the president of the foundation. We thought it would be nice, since I'm snowbirding down here and wanted to hit a couple meetings, thought, hey, why not give these guys some certificates? We'll start the program when somebody gets qualified. We'll give them the certificate and their patch. It worked out. I'm down here in Florida, so we skipped over here from Davenport so we can present those to Bob and George, because that's what it means to the foundation and the USSVI in general. So I'm here to present those. So Bob, George.
I apologize also for not recognizing George Palmer as a visitor today, a guest. We just saw him a couple of weeks ago when we came down to take back the Traveling Dolphins.
So basically, it's like back on the days of the boat. When you got qualified, you got that certificate. Some of the boats did, some didn't. But it just basically certificate acknowledging them having completed the requirements for qualification as base ambassador for the United States Submarine Veterans Charitable Foundation. The qual card, it's more of a formality, but it's a good familiarization with. They have to know all the fund managers, what the different funds do. The part about being a charitable foundation and the tax ramifications with that. So Bob, here's your certificate. Thank you.
Good thing is you don't get tossed into the Cooper River.
Yeah. But you will have to drink your fish later. All right, George, here's yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
We'll take a picture.
Sure.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don. Appreciate you
giving me
coming
time
up
to
and
do
doing this.
I'm going to leave some, confidentiality is important in this position, okay? And I will be there to help you. Don't be embarrassed, call me, all right? I will help you. I'll do the best I can, okay? All right, so I'll leave the cards over there. Take one home today and just keep it in your pocket, all right? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bob. I appreciate you being our ambassador too for Tang Base.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's important.
And anybody else that wants to step up, come aboard.
Concord's not that hard, is it? Okay, Vice Commander, any upcoming events you want to leave that with me?
We got the Christmas party coming. You're gonna have to tell them that you're coming, or it's $20 a person, either pay now or at the door, but we need the information, and so what we can tell the vendor what kind and how much food to make. Our next meeting will be here in January. And speaking of that, we need somebody to bring the lunch for in January. Please think about doing that. Oh, okay.
Bella?
Oh, you're glutton for punishment. Bella and Sergio, do you go along with that? Okay. All right.
Well, that
We know the right answer when told, don't we, guys? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, I'd ask that the minutes of the last meeting be held, as accepted, published in the newsletter. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes?
Make a motion to accept.
Second? All right. Okay. Secretary, do you have anything to report? Nothing, okay. Membership Holland Club Chairman, Rich Geyer.
Oh, dues are due right in December for 2024. So if you haven't paid, you can either pay me, you know, or pay through the treasurer. And the dues for the Tang base are $15. They haven't gone up. And dues for the USSVI are now $30. And if you want to be a life member, you got to come see me because it goes by your age. Right now we have 88 members. We have 72 War Patrol members. We have 53 life members, and we have 65 Holland Club members, 12 secondary members, 6 associated members, and that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Chief DeVoe, do you have anything to report?
No report.
Okay. Librarian, Dave.
Just, we all know what's coming up in December. Christmas, right? So now's the time to tell your wife, your daughter, your son, whatever, what you want for Christmas is a book. Any kind of book about submarines, military, whatever, right? And you read the book, you come over here and you donate it to the library. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Did everybody get their submarine magazines this week?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. There's a story in there about Archer Fish and her attack on Shinano. I don't know what's going to happen in the next segment of it, but Shinano was originally laid down as a third member of the classification of battleship that Yamato and Musashi was. Early in the war, it was redesignated as a carrier hull. It was actually 11 to 15 foot longer than the Yamato. When the United States started bombing Tokyo, the Japanese got worried, at least the captain of the Shinano did, Captain Abe, I believe his name was, got worried that they would start bombing around Yokosuka and Shinano would be hit. So he decided to move the ship into the inland sea, where it would be out of the immediate bombing area of the American planes. When he made this decision, he marched 1,900 of the ship fitters and builders from the yard onto the Shimano, and they sailed with all those yard workers on board because a lot of the pumps that were necessary were not hooked up. All kinds of things still had to be done on the ship in order for it to go to sea for any length of time. While they were in the process of moving from Tokyo Bay around to the inland sea, they were detected by Archer Fish. Captain Enright, who was the commanding officer of the Archer Fish, best I can remember, put 2 torpedoes in it, but he did not think that he had sunk it. In actuality, he found out whenever he got back to home base, which I think was Pearl Harbor at the time, that it had in fact sunk. Problem was that whenever the torpedoes hit the carrier, Captain Abe thought that he would get into shallow water, which was a practice that a lot of Japanese commanders did. When their ships were torpedoed, they would try to make it to a shallow area where the boat would sink flat, still be above water, and they would be able to patch it up. He thought that that's a possibility that he could do the same with Shimano. Unfortunately, watertight doors were all hung in the Shimano, but the gaskets weren't put on. So the crew would close the doors and pull the locks down, but then you'd have a spray of water as the compartment next door flooded, and eventually the compartment on the back side of the door would be flooded also. It took her 10 to 11 hours to sink. Unfortunately, Captain Avi ran out of time. He did not make it to shallow water. And whenever Captain Enright got back to Pearl Harbor, he found out he had sank the largest carrier in the world at the time. That's my report.
Thank you very much. Over here, so $10, this is the 2024 calendar. So if you want a calendar, see Neil afterwards and see Terry and get the calendar. Caps for Kids, Chairman.
We have an event on Veterans Day back at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, where we were before. For those of you who would like to attend, we will be there by ourselves. I'm not inviting the Wiki Wachi base this time. Love to have anybody that wants to tell sea stories, proper sea stories, acceptable for young people. I think it will probably have a larger group this time than we had the last time. And whenever I called them and asked them about it, they were most appreciative that we would be attending. So it will be on the 11th of next month. I'm going to get there by 10:30 and start setting up. We want to put the show on the road at 11. So I think it will be basically the same setup as the last time for those of you who attended the last time. Anyone else that would like to attend, please let me know. And we'll work it. I'll give you all the information that you need to know, and we'll see you there. Thank you.
Is the MacDill going to have representation there or not?
They did not tell me about anyone else being there.
Yeah, sometimes for military events like that, they have Air Force also joins us. A lot of fun. If you saw in the American Submariner the picture of my visiting with that young fellow there at Johns Hopkins, it's heartwarming. It is just such a delight. That kid was a dynamo, and I think his dad said he, at that age, I think he's 8 or 9 years old, has been through something like 18 surgeries over his life. It makes your day well worthwhile. And if you have any problems, they go away. You see those children, anything you got going on, in your life makes it a whole lot different. What'd you have?
I don't know if I've mentioned this before or not, but years ago I had an opportunity to, when Shriners Hospital in Tampa was a burn hospital, I was involved with Idaho Baptist Church over there at the time with their children's ministry. And I took a lot of families, kids and their parents over to the Shriners Hospital for a Christmas social with the patients there. And like I say, it was a burn hospital. And kids were all out there passing out cookies and Kool-Aid and all kinds of different things. Some of them even brought presents for the patients and so forth. and singing Christmas carols. And I was sitting on the couch by myself, watching all of this going on. And this little girl tapped me on the shoulder from behind me and asked me if I was responsible for all these kids being on. And I said, yes, I am. And I turned around, and this little girl did not have a face. And we talked about somebody being touched. I was.
Thank you, Joel.
I get a feeling of it.
John?
Don't we have something else on the 11th?
I'll talk about that in a minute. We got a lot of things going on the 11th. Okay. Webmaster, public relations.
Nothing new this time.
Nothing new. Same old problem with the national website. So, fortunately, the tools database, base tools database is up and working. Still using that real good. We still access the old database, the USSBI old database. Some people have problems getting in on the new one. So, and then I noticed there was I put an email out forwarded from the national commander talking about the problem. So, in the past, they were trying to use the national website to pass out, to distribute emails, national type emails, and they were to go directly to each member who has a valid email address. They go directly to them. There's been problems with that. So we're back to using the POCs at each of the bases to pass those along. If you get a duplicate from me, just discard one and chalk it up to old age.
Bob? Sir? I spoke with Bill Andrea, the national commander. Right. And we talked a lot about the website and what have you, but what's going on now is the contract with the people that they tried to put a base in place, website in place, expires in the April-May timeframe. And what's going on in the meantime is they have found a volunteer within one of the bases who is building a website very similar to what we had in the past, with maybe a few things missing, but it will be made available after the contract in April-May expires with the other people. And there will be a lot of talk about that with webmasters across the country to make sure that it's doing what we need to be done. But anyway, that's a positive thing, and I just wanted to pass that on to everybody.
Thank you. Ken, do you have anything else that you want to say about that? I know you're going to talk later on, but since we're on this.
On the website, the contract that we left with those people, they said that they could do all these wonderful things. And when it got down to the push come to shove, they couldn't. And so we run into an option of, do we terminate the contract or keep the contract going? We felt that if we tried to terminate the contract, that they would sue us and we'd end up losing more money. So we're just going to let the contract run out. We're not going to renew it. But no, the company, Blackline, could not do what they said they could do from the beginning. So that was, I don't know how far you followed back, but this is the third contractor that we've hired to do this. And we've spent a ton of money and we've not been able to be successful. So that's about it.
No sense throwing good money after bad, but appreciate that. Thank you. District 5 Commander.
A couple of things. I noticed you didn't mention the traveling dolphins, which is sitting right on the table. I know you have. What?
Not yet.
Oh, well, that's fine. Congratulations to the base on obtaining that. Excellent newsletter, by the way. I really appreciate that, and I do forward that to Ken and some other folks. A couple of things coming up. Kings Bay is 1 to 5 November. Panama City Christmas Party, 7 to 10 December. The National Convention's in Cleveland in next year, and then Orlando in 2025. And I'm so glad that other people are here to talk about the website, because when I travel to the bases, I'm the guy they all look at and say, "Hey Dave, what's wrong with the website?" Thank you.
Okay. All right, Commander's report. Well, starting off, as Dave mentioned, the traveling dolphins are back at Tang Base. We got him back. Now we'll just see if anybody has the fortitude to come after him. There's other bases around that can come get them if they want. We the first time we got those were in February of 2015. Al Lomack, Charlie Key, who's no longer with us, and several others of us drove over to Boynton Beach to Bill Andrea's base and had a great time with them. Brought them back here, had them for about 3 years. Naples came up at a picnic, one of our picnics, and got them, took them back down with them. And then here recently, Sailfish Base, USS Sailfish Base, where George, where's George? Is he here?
He's over on the Zoom.
Okay, he's on the Zoom. They came up, went down and got them, brought them back up, and then at the behest of our district commander, we went down here back on the, I think the 29th of September. Had a great time with them down there, and that's part of what this is about. To get bases to go to other bases and visit and have camaraderie and share times and good times with them. And we had a great time. And we did get it. They also gave us a hat, a submarine veteran USS Sailfish Base hat, a challenge coin. I've got the challenge coin at home. I'm going to bring it in. But maybe we'll take a look at maybe making some Tang-based challenge coins. Anyway, it's back. As mentioned earlier, Christmas luncheon, Saturday the 2nd of December at Seabreeze Island Grill and Raw Bar. It'll start at around 11, as we do here, social time, 11:30. We'll have business from 11:30 to 12. Luncheon will be served at 12. If you don't know the menu, just get with me and I'll be happy to share that with you. If you're going to go, all you need to do is let Al, or today you let Neil, thank you, Kimes know that you're going, how many are going, and your meal selection. You can pay at the door when you get there. Christmas parade, 9 December. We need to be here at the post by 1600. There have been some changes, and some of them are not very good changes, at least for us. Vehicles that are there in the parade, if you have anybody inside the vehicle, that vehicle has to continue down, go over the overpass on 19, and then find your way back around and come up on the westbound side of Park Avenue. Walkers or people in, not inside the vehicle, but like in the back of a pickup, or in our case, a trailer with benches in it. If you're in that, we're going to go down and pull over on the ramp, on-ramp to 19, pull off to the side and offload. We cannot unload people onto those. So the walkers are going to have to find a way coming back. There's several options there. One is to pre-stage vehicle in the parking lot there at the mall. You can walk in there and get into your vehicle and come back. Another option, and I was looking at today, is we can walk back up about a quarter of a block up to the stoplight, cross on the stoplight onto the other side, on the westbound side of Park Boulevard. There's a little strip mall just about a half a block up on the right-hand side. The trailer can pull in there and easy access and on the way out. And then the walkers can load into the trailer and come back to the post. That's what I plan to do. So if you want to pre-stage a vehicle down there, you're welcome to do that. But you will not be able to load back into the trailer or the truck to come back up on the side of, from the side of your on-ramp. Yes, sir.
Before they get to the end of the parade, can they get into the trailer?
No, because you're not supposed to be able to get in or out of the vehicles participating in the parade during the parade. It's when you get to the end point that the changes, the other changes have occurred.
Walkers will have to do the whole parade.
Yes, walkers will have to do the whole, and that's been the case for quite some time. They haven't let us do that. And Cobb is going to be attending a meeting either Tuesday or Wednesday, the week of the parade, and he'll be able to, if there's anything that comes up, he'll be able to let me know, and I'll get the word out. And he's also going to get our place in line. Hopefully, we're going to continue to be up to the front of the parade, so we get through it and get back before it gets too late.
Does the parade start right here, or does it start somewhere else?
It starts across the street on Park Boulevard.
It goes all the way down to 19.
It goes all the way down to 19. Last time we were up, I think, number 4 in position. Excuse me, and we were down almost at the railroad tracks. That was the start of the parade, and it goes all the way back up to 66. I mean, the vehicles are all the way back to 66. It's a long parade.
We come back there, there's still people going in.
Say that again?
When we come back here,
Oh.
you bring us here, people are still going onto the parade.
You know, there's a lot of people that haven't started the parade.
Yeah, and I wish more people they came to the parade because it's fun.
And it is fun, and we'll have beads to distribute to the spectators, and it's fun walking down. Wayne, you'll recall in the beginning there some of your exploits. Wayne would show up in full dress blues and march that parade. The first time he was marching the parade, and then the second time that you got over to the side, people would ask you questions. You talked to them. You were an ambassador, recruiter, all in one. Fantastic job, a lot of fun. Tiring, but a lot of fun.
He was young.
Yeah. That was your academy uniform, wasn't it?
I didn't go to trade school. I went to university. NROTC, Auburn University.
Okay, that's great. Joel, would you have?
First time that I can remember Wayne walking behind the model.
Yeah.
I was pulling the trailer behind him, and I could hear people yelling at Wayne, "Thank you for your service." Some of them standing up and saluting.
Sure. Impressive.
Really proud of him.
Because he was competing with a bunch of us old farts who were, dressed in these vests and all that kind of stuff, but doing a great job. It was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of fun. Speaking of the model, I want to express our sincere appreciation to Tom Donan. We are out of the storage unit. About a month ago, we got another card from them saying that they were increasing our monthly rent to $441. And prior to that, we were paying $361. When we put the model in there in 2015, I believe it was 2015, maybe 2018 rather, it was like $195. And since then, it keeps going up. So Tom now has the possession of the model submarine at his home in the garage. Greatly appreciated, Tom. You're saving us a lot of money. A lot of money. It's a little further to go for John to go pick the model up, but he seems to be able to do that okay. A reminder again, we mentioned it several times, annual dues, 31 December is the cutoff. After that, you're delinquent. And if you manage to make it to the end of January, then you are no longer on the rolls. See Neil today if you can. If not, get a hold of Al or myself and let's get your dues paid. Veterans Day, 11th of November. We got a lot going on. Joel's already talked about Caps for Kids. I'll be going to the Caps for Kids with Joel on the 11th. Bob Backman is setting up a memorial service, the towing of the boats, and I think you plan to do all of the boats on the 11th at 9 o'clock in the morning over at Freedom Park. Freedom Park goes back to 2000 or earlier than that, and Tang Base did put a submarine memorial plaque over at that park. And there's other memorials, memorabilia there, right? There's an airplane.
There's an airplane and there's also a plaque for the Navy and what have you. But we're gonna start at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. And we're gonna do the tolling of the boats. It'll be a shorter version, so we can get through them all. And we're also gonna place a wreath that we're gonna leave behind in front of that plaque that's there. All right, so if you're gonna come, you have to let me know so that, you know, I don't wait too long, because I'm sure there may be some people that are going to do that, plus the Caps for Kids, so that's at 11. So I wanna try and get that done pretty quick.
Where is the park?
It's in Freedom Lake Park is, you can see it from 19, where it intersects with the 49th. The flag is enormous, that's there when you go down, so, but I have the address, and we'll put it in the minutes. I gave it to Bob, and so you'll see the address in the minutes, and if not, take one of my cards, give me a call if you're coming, and let me know if you're gonna be there, all right? But all the guys that bowl with me on Wednesday, and all of you are welcome to come bowling, because we have a good time, and you're missing out. They're all coming, so we're up to about 5 people right now, so just let me know if you're coming. And I'm gonna start promptly at 9. I'm not going to wait too long after that, because I have to get it done so that people that are doing both can get up to the Caps for Kids, okay? Any questions? All right, look for the address if you need, take my card if you don't get it.
I'll probably put an e-blast out the week before, Sunday before the 11th, just reminding everybody of the different events that are going on. And there's another one I'm going to mention here in a second. Joel?
This was the plaque that Tang base put there in 2000.
Yes, that was part of the centennial celebration.
Right, Ray Dennis was the commander.
Yes.
And Dick Rowell was the past commander at the time.
Yeah.
If you look in those pictures that I brought you, Bob Rydell was also the state chaplain at the time, and he did the benediction for that program. There are a lot of pictures of that ceremony in that book.
And at that time, Bob Rydell was part of the Suncoast World War II Submarine Veterans Group. They were still in existence. They had not closed down yet.
There were a lot of people from the
yeah.
Suncoast there.
Yep.
There were also a lot of people from the Brandon base there. It was a big thing. A lot of the local politicians were there also.
Good. I appreciate that. Tom Donovan was talking with the post commander over there where he lives on Treasure Island, and on the island itself, they're planning on a parade on Sunday the 12th. And we would like to use the model submarine and have some walkers. It's not that long, it's a very short parade. And then you go to the, what is it, the sailing club or?
The Treasure Island Golf and Tennis Club.
Okay, the Treasure Island Golf and Tennis Club.
When you come over the Baskerville,
Okay.
TI for the east, the very first light, you take a left, you go in there, and that's where the assembly is.
Okay. What time, 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock is assembly.
Assembly at 10 and the parade starts at 11. Will they have food or anything?
At the other end, they will.
Okay, be food at the other end, so.
They said they would use the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts, and I bet you we can slide in there.
Okay. All right, that'll be good. That'll be good. Also, here at Post 104 on Saturday the 11th, they are also recognizing Veterans Day, as they always do with the service. It will start at 1100 and go for about an hour. And I think Ken is going to represent Tang Base. Anybody else that wants to come here and join in, please do. Many representatives as we can get would be great to have. They're going to do the service, and then after that, they will have food to provide. So good time there. That's all I know of as far as the 11th. Does anyone know of anything? Oh, Bay Pines has a service on the 11th. It's at the, it's not at the cemetery, it's at the hospital area. And that's it. I think that starts at 11. And also, there's plenty of places to go and participate. If you do go and participate in service, wear your vests, wear your hats, represent the submarine service. Tom?
Say that again?
Yeah, I said Sunday the 12th. Okay, the Treasure Island Parade is on Sunday the 12th. Okay, anything else on the Veterans Day? Okay, leadership works with Lynn, who is the post coordinator for the use of this hall, this facility. She's the one that unfortunately calls me or sends me a text and says, got a problem, can't have your meeting on that day, blah, 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 and then we get moved around. So she's the one that I interface with, in addition to talking to the post commander, Bob. And it gets to be a problem. So throughout the year, as you well know, we end up having to move our meetings around, reschedule meetings, postpone meetings. In fact, on one occasion, we even had to cancel a meeting because it was just too late and didn't get any notice. They're getting better about giving us notice. She came to us this morning with a proposal. On the 4th Saturday of every month, all they have going on is their leadership meeting, which occurred this morning. They were out of here before 10:30, and it'll be the same way. That's all they schedule for that. As she says, that's all they schedule. However, it doesn't surprise me if from time to time there's not something that comes up that somebody wants to do something like a celebration of life service for a Legionnaire who has passed on. So, but it does sound to me like it's a good opportunity for us to sign up. I'll give this to the E-Board to come back to you later on, but just, I'd like to get a sense of feeling. How do you feel about moving to the 4th Saturday, from the 3rd Saturday to the 4th Saturday of every month, with the hopes that it's going to be a permanent solution?
Show of hands?
Yeah, show of hands.
All agree.
Okay, super, thank you very much. I think the E-Board will probably go along with that. Anybody have any questions for me?
So that starts in January?
It will start in January. I'll get with Lynn after the meeting today, and we'll schedule it for the 4th Saturday. Some months that have 5 Saturdays, it will not be the last Saturday, it will be the 4th Saturday. And we'll have to make changes in the national website and get the word out, so that, and our website, all that kind of stuff. So we'll get on top of that. Okay. Old business. Do we have any old business? Anything I'm not aware of?
I have a question, Bob.
Yes.
When you were talking about the memorial plaque Tang Base put at Freedom Park,
Yes.
is that something we want to add to our website, Tang Base history?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've got to get information and get it worked up and get it to you.
Okay, new business. We have several things for new business. On the tables there, you'll see the Tang Base 2024 officer nomination list. The members of the nominating committee that helped me with this are not here today, so I'll present the nomination list. Proposed: Base Commander Michael R. Keller, Vice Commander Robert Brady, Secretary David Frazier, Treasurer Neil Kimes. Membership Chairman will remain Richard Geyer. The appointed officers remain in effect with the exception of the Chief of the Boat. That position will be vacant. Unless somebody steps up, we're going to be without a Chief of the Boat. We won't have anybody to sound the alarm or do the other things around here that help out. So give that some thought, guys. We need a Chief of the Boat. Ask for a motion to accept the 2024 officer nomination list as presented. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So done. Thank you very much. Michael, I stand ready to be relieved. Sorry. Jumping the gun.
About March.
About March, okay. The second item we have is our 2023 donations list is approved by the E-Board. If you look at the page, you'll see at the top, the balance in the special fund as of October the 23rd, October the 1st of 2023 is $3,120. Our list includes USS VCF Scholarship Fund, $500. USSVI Boat Scholarship Program for 4 boats. That sends out the American Submariner and other stuff from USSVI, $120. USSV Charitable Foundation, $700. Fisher House Foundation, $500. USO Center at Tampa International Airport, $300. St. Mary's Submarine Museum, $600. Veterans Memorial Park Gold Star Families Found Memorial, $200. This is new to the list. It is new out there. They're trying to set this up and they've asked for donations. So we want to participate in that. And also the Quilts of Valor, $200. Tang-based recipients of the Quilts of Valor were Ken Bertner and his wife Pauline. And there are others that we will be doing in the future. So, any discussion, any questions on the list? If you have something that you think ought to be added to the list, I suggest that you pass that on to the new commander after the first year, and they can start work on it for next year.
Make a motion, we accept it as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Any other new business? Yes, sir.
Just wanted to let you know, I talked to my supplier for these hats. This is the USS Idaho SSN 799 that's being christened here shortly. And the commissioning committee has been selling a lot of these hats. They're simple. The kids really like them. We can get them for about $9 a hat. We can sell them for $20. Somebody, if you say, here, would you like the hat? And they say, oh yeah, how much is it? $20. They can pull it out, no change, no nothing. And it sells really good. So the idea that I had was to take this, change the word Idaho to Tang, and 799 to 805, and we would have then the brand new Tang, USS Tang hat to wear if we go somewhere, and also the wives, the ladies, the kids have been really liking these hats. So I need to get an idea. Do you think we should order? The minimum order is about 150, $9, so it's not all that much. Raise your hand if you think we ought to order some.
Keep in mind that the SSN 805 is in the future, and Tang Base, we think Tang Base should be involved to some extent, not sure what, but we should be involved in the 805 when she comes out. So this would be an opportunity to start socking money away for support of the 805 when she comes out.
How about half the order for Tang Base here and that other half the order for 805? 805 is the new Tang that's going to be christened.
That's what he's saying, right? No, just the Tang base.
Yeah, I think what Michael is suggesting is have 2 hats. One that says Tang Base with no whole number, submarine veteran Tang Base, and then the other would be submarine veteran Tang 805,
Right.
SSN 805. Is that correct?
He said minimum order is 150. We got to order 300 hats to do
Is it 150, 190?
The Tang-based hats like these, you can order out of the American Submariner pretty inexpensively, like $25. Whereas these, this is a unique design, and you can't really get them anywhere else but special order.
So when you order half, I think that's what David is saying. And you order half of that, 75 of one, 75 of the other.
Right.
And
No, no.
right.
You can't do that.
Right.
It's 150 of each.
No, it's got to
150
be.
one order.
150 minimum order for one design.
Okay. That's what it is.
Never mind.
Storekeeper, you got a thought on this? Okay. Okay.
Well, it's gonna, you're gonna run it through the storekeeper, right? So he's gonna be doing the ordering and all that?
I'll work with him.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But if we sell it for 25 or 150, if we sell it for $20 and make $10 on it, and we have 150, that'll give us $1,500 in profit.
Do we need a motion because?
Well, I'm going to get to that in a
A
second.
lot of money here.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And that's why it's in business, because we do have to make a motion, so.
Because you have to keep track of that separate.
So the storekeeper is gonna have to keep track of that separate from anything else in the storekeeper funds, so that the treasurer can keep that separate in the books, to be able to keep it. Do I hear a motion for Tang Base to follow up on the hats, Tang? Is it submarine veteran or just Tang?
It says USS Tang.
Okay.
SSN 805. That's all that'll be on there.
Okay.
And the submarine.
Can we do USS before she's actually commissioned?
What if it goes to
Actually,
Australia?
It's
easier to
get.
What if the Tang goes to Australia?
Oh, crap.
It's easier to get forgiveness than permission.
Yes, sir, I recognize that. That's a good lesson.
This won't say, USS Tang, SSN 805. It's already been, the hull has already been laid, and they've already had their ceremony, and they already have designated a boat sponsor. So I don't think there's going to be any issues.
All right, do I hear a motion on the hats?
I make a motion, we get 150 hats.
SSN 805.
Yeah.
USS Tang. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So, 2 nays, okay. Ayes have it. Any other new business? Okay, good of the order. Any sea stories? Anybody want to share anything first? Good of the order.
I have no sea stories, even though I do have a bunch of sea stories, but just to remind everyone, Dennis Nardone, the office manager, is retiring, and so the office is going to move from Seattle or Bremerton to New London. It's going to our clubhouse in New London on School Street, and it'll be the 3rd floor. We're spending money, USSVI right now, to make that 3rd floor habitable for the new USSVI office. Jennifer Walsh will be the office administrator, and I can't remember the office manager, but there's an office manager and an administrator. Jennifer Walsh has been CEO of 3 different administrative groups, so she has an extremely amount of experience running an office. When we were at the National Convention in Tucson, her supervisor was at the convention and received on-hands training from Dennis Nardone every day of the convention. So he'll be extremely versed on how that office is going to run. So I really believe it's going to be a smooth transition from Bremerton to New London School Street there in Groton.
When will this be effective?
We're looking at June as being online and working. Jennifer will go out for her training in January. She'll be out there for 2 weeks. But her supervisor already had his training, and he took it during the national convention. So if you're ever up in New London, please go by our clubhouse there. You will not be permitted to go in the office without an escort up on the 3rd floor. So, yes, sir.
I haven't seen any figures or facts on how much it costs to do that transfer.
Because
Ballpark it?
I couldn't even give you a ballpark. It's not gonna be overly expensive because right now we're paying, rental fee of the office in Seattle. Now that we're gonna move it to our office in our building in, Groton, we're gonna save that expense, so it won't cost us money to have it out there. So, it's been around $35,000 to improve that building. And as far as the transfer, I don't think they've come up with a figure yet because they don't know how extensive that's gonna be. But it's gonna happen, moving everybody back to Groton. Send me an email and I'll see what I've got the latest one now.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's, that's one of the things that the national office is trying to do is get everybody to have an associate, or a treasurer and assistant. So, because we've had members pass and we've not allowed access to the funds of the different bases because the guys passed on the term of control. So, yeah, we need all the bases looking to get somebody to do backup. Any other questions? I'm sorry, I want to bring that up.
No, that's fine. I appreciate you bringing that up. Any other question? Any questions for Ken? All right. Any other comments? Go to the order.
I'd like to make, again, I want to thank Bob for stepping up to be the charitable foundation. As mentioned earlier, the charitable foundation and what you guys don't get the opportunity to see what happens with your funds is I've had that position that George has taken over for the last 8 years. And I can tell you stories that would really make you proud of the monies that you guys contributed to the charitable foundation. The hurricanes are one issue. When the hurricane happened in, down in Pine Island, it literally wiped out that island and all the people that lived there. USSDI stepped up, contributed $37,500 to the charitable fund for the hurricane relief people. And we were able to help those people that needed assistance. Now, we all live in Florida, and we're being held by the throat by our insurance companies. And my insurance just went up, my deductible right now on my house that I live in Dunedin is $5,000 that I would have to pay to get insurance relief for the damage if I got hurricane damage. So these are the one thing that the charitable foundation is looking at to take care of. And again, thank you guys for doing that. Scholarship funds, another wonderful thing that we're doing. I want to tell you a story about a Brotherhood Fund request that I had for a member that was not a member in Ohio, where a person had a liver, kidney transplant, and he was the sole breadwinner for the family, so he was virtually unemployed. And so we stepped up and helped him through the fund. The funny part was when the request came in, he was not a member of USSDI. I contacted a base member at Columbus, Ohio base, and he went over to visit the guy and said, we'd like to help you, but you're not a member of USSDI. Well, he joined. And so we were able to assist him. And so, if nothing else, it's good for recruiting. The second one was redfish base. Got a request for a guy that had ALS, and he was a member of USSDI. He couldn't remodel his home, so his wheelchair could go through the different doors. He could go into the kitchen and the bathroom because he was confined to that chair. And he joined redfish base. I got the request. I contacted basic commander redfish base. I said, do you know this member? And he said, no, I don't know this guy. I said, well, you remember your base? And he says, yeah, I see he's a member, I've never met the guy. I said, well, find out if he really needs this assistance. And so he got the man's address, he went to his house, sure enough, he needed the assistance, and we helped him out. So, again, your funds are really helping out our members.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate that very much. Okay, any other comments? Anything? Go to the order. All right, Vice Commander, you want to conduct the 50-50 and the QVC drawing? Which one's which now?
The red one is yours.
50-50, QVC.
Red tickets, 50-50.
Drop one. You drop one. Hey, Ken.
Is that the
Ken.
ticket?
Ken.
Ken.
May already be a winner.
I was cooking. Pick one.
The best one.
50-50 red tickets, last 4 digits, 5507.
Close enough for a horse. That's supposed to be QVC. Dave's supposed to win the QVC.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
They don't have bloody memories.
$55.
One more.
I live in this show.
Good job, Bob. Wrong one. It's good. It's supposed to happen.
Listen for the QVC prize.
White ticket QVC. And we mixed him up. Dave was supposed to win the QVC, but this will work out fine.
Last 4 numbers. Oh, wait a minute. Five, 7, 5, 9.
No.
Oh, Jerry. Congratulations. Okay, I got one more item. I'm going to backtrack on the agenda. I omitted the treasurer's report.
No, I just, what is it?
Can't trust my eyes.
Vacuum.
Neil is going to present the treasurer's report for September. Let's pay attention.
Oh, wait a minute, sale for Jerry?
So, as far as an opening balance, September 1st, $5,512.33. Income based dues,
One more, don't run away.
210. National dues, 120. Total dues, 330. Donations, base special fund, $52. Newsletter, $50. Both sponsors, we didn't have any. Tang-based caps for kids, $5. Tang-based model storage, $150. Picnic donation, $10. Total donations, $267. There were no ship store sales. Raffle and fundraising, QVC, $61. Split the pot, $43. Total, $104. Other income, Christmas party, $40. Picnic, $150, for a total of $190. Total income, $891. Expenses, base model storage, $361. National dues, $120. Website, $129.91. For a total expenditure of $610.91. Closing balance, $5,792.42. Difference of $280. Any questions?
There a motion to accept the treasurer's report as read?
Make a motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Subject to audit.
Subject to audit, thank you, sir. Motion carries.
I will appreciate that.
We won't hear the October, November, and December reports until January, so that'll be the new report.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Chaplain, all rise, uncover. Chaplain for benediction, please.
Precious Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for getting each person, each family represented here today, Father, here safely. We ask that you get them home safely also. We pray all these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Chief DeBoe, sound the diving alarm. Surface, surface, surface. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Please.